When you invoke or call for a god, did you know he or she comes with their family? Yes, they are called the Parivara devatas. And that's how all the gods and goddesses in every temple were established. Watch this video fully to know more. We have been looking at each element of the temple, what they mean and what to do when we go inside the temple. The whole science of temple building is an ocean by itself. There are 28 Shaiva Agamas, 64 Shakti Agamas and 108 Vaishnava Agamas and many more Upa Agamas which talk about the temple science in great detail. Over many centuries, the temples have gone through many changes because of the Bhakti movement, various kingdoms ruling it, and mixing of different cultures. In such short videos, it would be difficult to go into great detail into all the aspects. Here, I'll only be covering them in brief to the extent possible. The word Parivara means family. Devata means God. So Parivara Devatas or the family of gods. Here family doesn't mean Shiva, his wife Parvati and sons Ganesha and Subramanya or Vishnu and Mahalakshmi. This family indicates the whole group of gods who accompany the main deity. As a king or head of country has a team of people always around him, so does the main deity will have a team of gods who accompany and protect him or her. Examples of Parivara Devatas where the presiding deity is Shiva or Dwarapalakas, Nandi, Ganesha, Dakshinamurti, Ananta, Lingodbhava, Subramanya, Veerabhadra, Bhairava, Kesava, etc. There are two ways in which the Parivara Devatas are manifest in a temple complex. First scenario, it is said that if you invoke and establish the main deity, then all the Parivara Devatas associated with the main deity also make themselves present. So it becomes obligatory for those Devatas also to be taken care of. Balibidams are those manifestation spots of each Devata and rituals associated with them like Shiveli, Manbali, etc. This is like if you invite the king to your home, invariably the ministers, bodyguards, horsemen, etc. land up at your place and you have to take care of all of them. The second scenario, according to the Agamas, the Parivara Devatas are established in the temple complex. It is specified that 8 of them should be established in the first Prahara, 16 in the second Prahara and 32 in the third Prahara. In the innermost Prahara, the Parivara Devatas may be established in the Koshta or niches in the wall of the Garbhagriha and the corners or along the Praharas as specified for each one of them. By this method, each Parivara Devata is invoked and established and proper rituals are done daily. The temple space is not just a physical structure. It is an energy space where all the 10 directions are taken into account. A Devata is positioned in each of these 10 directions. In the east, Indra, southeast, Agni, south, Yama, southwest, Surya, west, Varuna, northwest, Vayu, north, Kubera, northeast, Chandra, Urdhava, which is upward, Brahma, Nimna, which is downward, Vishnu. They are called the Dikpalas. Dik means direction and Pala means protectors. These Dikpalas and Parivara Devatas form a close-knit energy cocoon which is crafted during the Pratishtha or consecration process. To point one aspect as to how they are positioned against and complementary to each other and in relation to the main deity, let's look at the Dikpalas. Yama, the lord of death, is in the south and directly opposite in the north is Kubera, the lord of wealth and material well-being. Southwest is Surya, the sun, and opposite in the northeast is Chandra, the moon. Southeast is Agni, fire, and northwest is Vayu, the wind. East is Indra, the lord of the sky and thunder, and opposite is Varuna, the rain god. The opposite positions are taken by complementary forces, so there is a perfect balance and equilibrium of energy in that space. There are Kshetrapalas, meaning the protector of the energy space. Veerabhadra and Bhairava play that role. Dwarapalakas are the protectors of the entrance to the main deity inside the Garbhagriha. Pratishtha is totally an internal and a subjective aspect. What we see outside are only the rituals which are part of the consecration procedure. So we cannot explain the process of Pratishtha logically, but let us look at a few things so as to get an understanding of the overall process. Let us see how the Devatas are established in their positions. There is something called as Sankalpam. Sankalpam is creating and fixing the intent. Usually Sankalpam is done at the start of the rituals in the form of taking oath towards fulfillment of the whole puja till the consecration is done. The accomplished yogi who will be conducting the Pratishtha first intends and visualizes the whole process within him and bit by bit adds the characteristics of the deity. The whole temple would have been already created as an visualized energy space within him. Then he manifests it outside. For this, the sthapatis, the architects, silpis, the sculptors, donors, goldsmiths, blacksmiths, and the whole community is involved. They take part in creating the physical temple structure, installing the different deities in their respective positions, and conducting the rituals that needs to be carried out for the pratishtha. Later, the yogi also prescribes the rituals that need to be carried out on a daily day-to-day basis for keeping the deity and the space alive and energetic. This is an elaborate process of pratishtha which goes on for days and sometimes even weeks. That is how the devatas are established inside the temple structure. A few daring experiments have been successfully carried out where the Parivara devatas are located geographically many kilometers away from the main Vigraha Murti, but together they form the temple arrangement that we discussed till now. One such is Sri Mahalinga Swami Temple in Tiruvadaimarudur and the Parivara Devata shrines associated with it. This is said to be more than 2000 years old and has been sung by many Shaiva Siddhas, especially the Nalvar. The main deity is in Tiruvadaimarudur and the remaining Parivara Devatas are spread over many kilometers. Vinayagar, Ganesha is to the southwest in Tiruvalanjuri, Subramanya to the northwest in Swami Malai, Chandikeshwarar to the north in Tiruvaipadi, Surya Temple to the northeast in Adudurai, Bhairavar to the northeast in Sirgadi, Nandi to the east in Tiruvadudurai, Somaskanda to the southeast in Tiruvarur, Dakshinamurti to the south in Alangudi. Just imagine what an energy space would have been created over this whole area by building these satellite Parivara Devata temples all around the main deity. Now that we have briefly looked at the Parivara Devatas, let us step into the Garbhagriha, the Sanctum Sanctorum. If you haven't watched the other temple elements of Gopuram, Kalasam, Pushkarni, Dvajastambha, Balibhedam and Praharas, do check out the playlist here. Namaskara.